What I'm really happy to say is that we have 3 people from different nations here, and they are going to provide us with some of their reflections and ideas about residential schools and the reconciliation process.
My name is Cecilia Point, and I'm from Musqueam.
My name's 11048. That's what I was known as.
My name is Cyril Xavier Pierre. I'm honored to be here to give some history about my people. Today I'm going to share with you my truth.
There was a big piece of my father missing. I always knew we weren't getting all of him. He wasn't connected.
But I never dealt with the anger, the seething rage I had in me. I was unsociable, I kept my distance, I hated groups, I hated white people, I hated just about everybody, I hated the law.
She remembers at the end of the year, these parents came to pick up their child, and their child was dead, and no one told them. They put us in these residential schools. Our women go missing and no one's looking for us, and then at the end of the day, they just throw our bodies in the garbage.
So just bear with me and try and understand that many of the things that we talk about here in residential school are very drastic. Genocide is written all over the wall. The loss of language, the physical, mental, sexual abuses that we live through. I know I'm sick, very sick person, because of what happened to me in residential school.
I've seen siblings pass way before their time. There used to be 9 of us in our family. There's only 3 of us left. To this day, I have a sister that lays on her bed, got her hand in the jar, medicine jar.
These impacts would come in many different ways. Alcoholism, nightmare demon shadows, lack of leadership, loss of being a professional soccer player, destruction of marriage, personal relationships with women, employment downfalls, sexual relationships, physical and suffering, pain, the imaginary dirt, slime, hatred, shame, and anger in my body can never be washed away, no matter how many times I bathe or shower every day. Drinking alcohol washed away the demons, shame, anger, hatred in my body. I felt like nothing, totally inhuman, ending up in the hospital because of alcohol poisoning in my system. This was a disgrace to my family and community.
After all those years of sick mental health, 9 years ago I came back and I knew I had to deal with this issue. I had to start talking. I'd lost things that were good. I walked away from things I didn't have the tools to deal with. I couldn't make decisions that come easily to you folks. That process that you guys learned as children from your parents. I didn't have that. Those are the things I had to learn.
The pain and suffering in this body of mine will never subside. This pain and suffering is from the tip of my toes to the very top of my head. All of my life I have been physically running and running, mile after mile, step after step. Now my physical well-being has deteriorated drastically. I cannot run anymore.
5 years after that, I came back to British Columbia. And at that time, a process called CEP came in for residential school survivors. If you did 12 years in residential school, you got $43,000. They didn't believe what happened to be true. I had to prove all that. I brought witnesses. I had a few friends that survived those 12 years. Not many, but they're there.
Judge, lawyers, counselors, RCMP were sitting in the same room, and behind me I had 17 male brothers. And in my last few years I've been desperately trying to follow a healing journey, but it's very, very difficult.
At the end of the day, the compensation, the apology meant very little to me. It was the healing my friends and family that was important to me. Nobody's ever helped us with that. That's why I'm here today. For me, for my siblings, my residential school brothers and sisters who are here and who are no longer here.
I wish to teach young people good attitude towards life and be proud of who they are and what they can be. At least I have that as a destiny. I dream of a dream to have justice in my life on earth. You know, dreams do come true.
I mean, my message today is get to know us, push your schools to teach more about us rather than a native person who explorers had discovered. We need your help helping us find a solution. So I thank you for that.